जो काठमांडू सानेपा में आया हूँ, हमारे साथ है मेरे बड़े दाई रमेश भाई। और रमेश भाई के वजह से हम लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं। कभी आप काठमांडू आएँ तो आप रमेश भाई से कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। रमेश भाई, आप थोड़ा सा बताइए अपने बारे में, फ़ोन नंबर भी छोड़िए ताकि काठमांडू में कोई लोग आता है तो आपसे कांटेक्ट करेंगे।
तो क्या है, और काठमांडू में और मैं सानेपा रहता हूँ। तो आप जो कोई आएगा तो फिर मेरा नंबर है 9849189790। तो आप ज़रूर कांटेक्ट कीजिए।
ठीक है, तो इनका नंबर, फ़ोन नंबर है वो हम आपको लिख के भी सामने दे देंगे ताकि आपको दिक्कत नहीं पड़ेगा। आएंगे रमेश दाई के पास आना, ठीक है। ओके, कीप वॉचिंग। आज हम जा रहे हैं थोड़ा सा सिटी की साइड में, वहाँ के आपको सारे वीडियोज़ में दिखाता हूँ। कीप वॉचिंग एंड कीप एंजॉय। ओके फ्रेंड्स, पहले हम लोग जा रहे हैं भक्तपुर और वहाँ से फिर पैटर्न। भक्तपुर में जाके फिर वहाँ पर साइड लोकेशन देखेंगे जो बेस्ट में मिल सकता है। होपफुली आप इन्जॉय करेंगे बिकॉज टुडे आज हम लोग पूरा फोकस कर रहे हैं सिटी में। ओके, सो कीप एंजॉइंग, कीप वॉचिंग। और मेरे साथ रमेश दाई चला रहे हैं गाड़ी, बड़ा मज़ा आ रहा है। पीछे शुभायु और ऑर्गो दोनों है, ठीक है। तो कीप एंजॉइंग और अभी हम लोग आगे के ब्लॉग में दिखाते हैं। ओके, बाय बाय। ओके फ्रेंड्स, मैं जो आया हूँ दरबार स्क्वायर आया हूँ भक्तपुर में। अगर आप कभी दरबार स्क्वायर आते हैं तो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ भक्तपुर, आप आइए, यहाँ पे सारी डिटेल्स आप देख लीजिए। अगर आप इंडियन नेशनल है तो आपको 500 रुपये देना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, नेपालीस। और अगर आप यूएस से आए तो $15। वैसा अलग सब डिटेल्स दिया हुआ है, ठीक है। ये मैंने एक पूरा एक टिकट ले लिया है, आप देखेंगे, ठीक है। और साथ में ये पूरा डिटेल है, ये हम अपने वीडियो में बाद में शेयर करेंगे आपको, ठीक है। तो अंदर आके देखते हैं दरबार स्क्वायर। ये क्या बहुत पुराना एरिया है भक्तपुर में, इसके बारे में हम और जानेंगे और समझेंगे, ठीक है। ओके फ्रेंड्स, मैं साथ मेरे फ्रेंड है यहाँ पे राज खत्री जी, ये आज हमारे जज यहाँ पे जो बेसिकली गाइड की तरह हमें हेल्प करते हैं। राज, आप अपने बारे में प्लीज टेल समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ।
Okay. Namaste. It's me, Raj Khatri from Bhaktapur. I'm the tour guide. So today I'm gonna explain you the more information about Bhaktapur and the history. So we do have like 4 more different square here to visit in Bhaktapur. So we're gonna visit like 3 more different square in Bhaktapur. So actually I'm gonna give you more information about Bhaktapur. Actually this is the first square known as the Bhaktapur Darbar Square. So actually Darbar means the palace and square means the area. This is the king's area in the ancient time. The Kathmandu Valley, this city was found in 9th century, but all the developmental work of art and architecture, they started from 12th to 17th century. So during that time, there was like small kingdom in Kathmandu Valley. So among them, Bhaktapur is known as the oldest Darbar Square. So from 12th to 15th century, Bhaktapur was the capital of Nepal. This is also the first capital of Nepal. So then so during that time, there was 3 more kingdom in Kathmandu Valley. So they were the king from the Malla dynasty. So Malla dynasty known as the 5th dynasty, and they are also known as the Golden dynasty. So those are the dynasty who have given the more contribution for the developmental work of art and architecture in Kathmandu Valley. So among the 3 Darbar Square, for Bhaktapur, Kathmandu and Patan, they are the 3 major Darbar Square from the Malla dynasty who have ruled in Nepal. So then after, there was one more dynasty on the way to the Pokhara called the kingdom called Gorkha. So there was the Gorkha kingdom, and one of the king from Gorkha, the Prithvinaran Saha, was the one who came to the top of the hill from the Kathmandu Valley, and he saw Kathmandu Valley, so that the Kathmandu Valley fertile land formation, climate, everything was good. Then after, the king he wanted to capture these places, so he came to Kathmandu Valley, and there was a 3 king from same father and mother in a different part of the valley. So older brother, he was ruling from Bhaktapur, and the 2 younger brothers, they were quarreling with his father to have 2 more kingdoms. Then was the king, he was compelled to divide Kathmandu Valley into 3 kingdoms, Kathmandu, Patan and Bhaktapur. So they were the 3 brothers from same father and mother. Though they were brothers, jealousy among the 3 brothers increases for the developmental work of art and architecture. So during that time, there was art competition between the 3 states. So 3 brothers, they were fighting with each other. So one of the king, so he was very clever, he came from the Gorkha, and he stayed here in Kathmandu for 2 months. So he could know all the weakness of 3 palaces of Kathmandu Valley. Then after, he went to his kingdom, back to his kingdom, brought the soldier from other countries, gave the training. Then after, he started to attack Kathmandu Valley from Kirtipur. On that day, the people living around the Kathmandu Valley, the local people, they are known as the Newar. Newar is not a caste, is a group of community. So during that time, So Newari people, they do have a lot of festival in different months. So during that time, the people, they were celebrating the Indra Jatra festival. The Kathmandu Valley is a tantric city. So in tantrism, we use alcohol, blood, and meats. So that time, we people are allowed to drinks during the festival time. So during that time, the people, they were celebrating the Indra Jatra festival and they were fully drunk. Then after the king, he started to attack from the Kritipur because he was looking for the good opportunity, like good time to attack Kathmandu Valley. Then after some of the king from Kathmandu Valley, they were chased away from here. Some of the king, they were hanged up, and some of the king, they were kept inside the prison. Then after the king Prithvinaran Saha, he united Nepal into one. So he was the founder. Then after, so Saha king, they came to the existence like a Saha dynasty. Maybe you have heard about royal massacre during the 2001. All the royal family members, they were killed inside the palace. So they were the last dynasty from the Saha dynasty. So the king who was murdered inside the palace, he is known as the King Birendra Bikram Saha. Then after, his brother called Ganendra Bir Bikram Saha, he was his younger brother and he became the king. So during that time, he tried to take all the power of people in his hand. That's why the people, they were angry and they came on a street protesting against the king. So during that time, there was 19 days strike in Nepal. So during 19 days, the king, he was compelled to give all the power back to the people, and then after, they declare Nepal as a democratic country. Now we don't have any more king. So the king, who have become for king for 19 days, so he is also living in Kathmandu Valley. It's like a normal life as we are. He don't have any power. So he's the last king, and then after, you see, in Kathmandu Valley, this is the first square known as the Darbar Square, King Palace area, and Darbar means the palace, square means the area. This is the king's area. The older brother, he was ruling from this part, so called Bhaktapur. Now we call this city as a Bhaktapur. Bhaktapur means the city of devotees. So where we can see a lot of temples of different god and goddesses. Temples are the home for the god and goddess. That's why we can see many more temples. So one gods, they have many more incarnation forms. So that's why we can see many more temples dedicated to different god and goddesses. So actually, before we used to call this city as a Bat Gaon. Bat means the rice and Gaon means the village. More than 80% people, they were farmers. They used to grow crops. That's why they used to call this city as a Bat Gaon. And now, so Bat means the rice and Gaon means the village. So they call Bat Gaon, and now we call the city as a Bhaktapur. And if you go to the Nepali typical like a Newari language, that is called Khopo.
Khopo.
So one place they have the three names.
ओके ओके राजीव नाउ यू जस्ट आप हमें बताते रहिए जैसे ये जो अलग अलग है आपको सब जगह जगह पे ले जाए लोकेशंस आप मुझे बताते रहिए ठीक है
Okay.
चलिए यहाँ से शुरू
Okay.
करते हैं
First,
ओके फ्रेंड्स अब राज जी जो है राज भाई हम लोगों को अलग अलग जो यहाँ पे मॉन्यूमेंट्स है उसके बारे में एक एक करके ब्रीफिंग देंगे ताकि आप लोगों को पता चले कि इस ये जो अलग अलग मंदिर में हम जो दरबार स्क्वायर आए हैं जो दरबार राजा का दरबार जो उन्होंने बताया यहाँ पे क्या क्या सिग्निफिकेंस क्या क्या है ओवर टू राज भाई बताइए
okay, thank you so much for giving me good opportunity. So I'm gonna explain you about from the main entrance gate. So this is the main entrance gate, which is known as the White Gate. So during the time of the earthquake in 2015, so there was like a big earthquake in Nepal during the time of 2015. A lot of destruction has taken place. So this is the main entrance gate, which was collapsed during the time of the earthquake in 2015. So these are the part of old heritage site. They were listed in UNESCO during the time of 1979. So we have to use the all same materials which were used in the past. So it takes more time for reconstruction because we need to collect all the materials which were used in the past. So next, I can show you here the main beautiful sculpture on the both side of the main gate of the palace. So before 1934, in 1934 also we have the same earthquake like in 2015. So if people believe, according to our history, we believe that every interval of 80 years, 80 years, we have big earthquake in Nepal. So during that time also in 1934 and on 2015 we had a big earthquake in Nepal. So inside in this gate there was a 9-storied king palace, like a Basantapur king palace. The name of the Basantapur is very famous in Kathmandu, or we can call Kastamandap also the same place. So this was the place. Inside there was a Basantapur king palace, like a 9-storied king palace. So during the time of the earthquake, the palace was collapsed. Then after, the municipality from Bhaktapur, they used this place as a Sri Padma Higher Secondary School. Nowadays this is for government school for more kids. So all the people living around here in this place, they can come inside in this place for the administration, for the more education. So I'm going to give you more information about the two sculptures which are in front of the main gate of the Basantapur King Palace.
आ जाओ
So as I told you before, there were like three. As I told you before, there was a three kings in Kathmandu Valley from the Malla dynasty, And though they were brothers from same father and mother, jealousy among the three brothers increases for the developmental work of art and architecture. So there was art competition between the three states. And during that time, Bhaktapur won the art competition because of this kind of sculptures, monuments, art, and architecture. So this is the sculpture known as the Urga Chandi Durga. So before Nepal was a Hindu country, now is a secularism. We do have like a four main religion in Nepal as we follow. So this is known as Hinduism, Buddhism, Muslim, and Christianity. So these are the major religion we follow in after the secularism. The people they declare as a secularism in Nepal. So Durga, she is a family gods of the Hindu family. So when there was like Malla kings from the Malla dynasty, so their main god was a Durga. Like a Durga is a family god of Hindu people. So during that time, so they used to worship to the Durga, and she is a main god. So we have three main god and goddesses. Like a male for female goddesses, we can kill Durga, Saraswati, and Lakshmi, and for male like Burma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, the god of creation, god of protection, god of destruction. So she is known as the Durga. She is a family god of Hindu religion from the family gods of every Hindu family. So here we can see have more hands means more power, that means the goddesses of power, and wearing the garlands of human headed, that means the god of anger. So god and goddesses also they always want power, superiority, and energy, so they fight each other. That's why we can see demon and god. So that means good karma, good life, good and bad, everything they have opposite meaning. So where is like having more power, more like goddesses of power, wearing the garlands of human headed, that means the goddesses of anger. And you can see she is fighting with the devils called she is a Mysasur, and she's trying to kill her Mysasur with her weapons. And you can see here buffalo. See, head is here and body is here. She's chopping the head of the buffalo. Buffalo is a means of transportation for Mysasur or devil to travel from one place to the next place. And you can see here one more lions. Lion is the means of transportation for Durga to travel from one place to the next place. She's known as the, and these are the sculptures which were made during the time of 17th century. So these are the masterpiece made on a single stone.
17th
So
century.
next, on the right side, you can see the statue of Bhairav. Bhairav means the angry face of the Shiva. So Shivas he have like different forms, and Bhairav means the angry face of the Shiva. Same as before, having the more hands means the more power. That means god of power. Wearing the garments of human headed, that means the god of anger. So, and here we can see these are known as the Bikram Betals. Bikram Betals known as the rider of the chariot. In the next square, known as the Tomodi square, where we gonna see the main temple for the Bhairav and the temple for the Bikram Betals. So on the both side, you can see two small deities here, both side, Sigini and the Bagini. Sigini means the god having the head with lion, and Bagini means the god having the head with tiger. These are the side deities for the protection of the palace, and also you can see lion on the both sides. So they are the strongest animal, so they are kept here for the protection. So as I told you, I'm going to tell you the main sculpture art and architecture around these places. So in Kathmandu Valley, mostly we can see three types of architecture. First architecture known as the pagoda architecture. So this is a pagoda architecture. So the pagoda architecture it was introduced from Nepal. So there was an artist called Aroniko. Aroniko was the one to introduce pagoda architecture in Nepal. Then after he got married with the princess of Tibet. Then after he explored the pagoda architecture in most of the Asian countries. So now we can travel in most of the Asian countries. We can see the different combination of Nepali and Tibetan pagoda architecture. And the next, so the next we can see, so this is a Sikara. Sikara means South Indian architecture. So we have the influence with the India and also influence with the Tibet. And so this is the next architecture known as the Sikara. Sikara is a South Indian architecture, and Sikara means like a mountain architecture. And also during the time of the earthquake in 1934 and also in 2015, most of the temples which are in Sikara architecture, they were collapsed because they don't have the big base. That's why they collapse. So also here we can see, so before Nepal was a Hindu country, even in this time, a lot of Nepalese Hindu people they travel India for the Chardham for the religious travel. So during the time of 15th century, King he realized the importance of Chardham in Nepal, so that those people who cannot go to the far distant place to pay their homage inside the square, they are made here. So these are the four group of temples which are known as the Chardham, which are very popular in India. So once in life, like Hindu people, they want to travel Chardham because they believe that when they travel Chardham, their door in the heaven will be open for them. So one of the first is known as the Rameswarnath is here. So this is the Rameswarnath temple. Next one is Badrinath is over here, and next one is here, which is known as the temple of Dwarikanath, dedicated to Lord Krishna. And inside in this temple we have like three deities, Radha, Rukmini and Krishna. So one more architecture or one more part is in front, so that is the temple of Kedarnath. Okay, this is the temple of Kedarnath, dedicated to Lord Shiva, and this is a temple which is made during the time of 15th century. So part of Chardham is here. This is known as the Kedarnath, and Kedarnath, this temple, it was collapsed during the time of earthquake in 2015. Just before a year, we make a reconstruction. This is the last architecture, and last architecture going to be the like a pagoda or the Buddhist architecture known as the white dome. We're gonna see in front.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the more information about the temples which are in front of us here. So here, so you can see the long one building which is known as the Tabasatal in a Newari typical language. So this is the rest house. For down part you can take a rest, and up part you can use for the different kind of purpose, like a different kind of purpose, like making for the kitchens or bedrooms, anything they can use for that one. And the down part they can take a rest, and here it turned into a restaurant nowadays. So this is also the part of the palace. So temple which is under reconstruction, you can see here. So that is the temple of Pashupatinath. The original one is in Kathmandu. This is the replica one, and this temple, it was made during the time of Echeswar Malak. So during the time of 15th century, and during the time of the earthquake in 2015, so there was a big earthquake in Nepal. So during that time there was some crack, so it is under reconstruction. And here one more temple you can see which is in Sikara architecture from the stone. So this is the temple dedicated to Vatsala Durga. And it was actually made during the time of 16th century and 1934, and also in 2015. So a lot of destruction has taken place. So during that time, a lot of generation they take a part for the reconstruction. And also in 2015, it was collapsed. Just before a year, we make a reconstruction. And behind the temple, you can see big bell. The big bell is known as the emergency bell or the Taleju bell. So in the ancient time in Nepal, we don't have like electronic device, internet, mobile to give the important message. During that time, they use this kind of bell. So this is the emergency bell. Also, we can call Taleju bell. In front of the Taleju temple of the three palaces in Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur, we can see the big bell. So these are known as the Taleju bell. So here on the top of the stone pillar, you can see the king. So he's the second last king from Bhaktapur, who is known as King Bhupatendra Malla. So he is the king from the town. He is known as the King Bhupatendra Malla, and he is standing in front of the yellow gate known as the Golden Gate. So this is not the pure gold, just the gold polished one, and it was made during the time of 17th century. So this is the main entrance gate to get inside the Taliji temple, like a family god of the Malla kings from the Malla dynasty. So the main temple inside we can see here, and one more place we can see like a royal bath area. So here many more iconographies are there, so we can explore. On the top you can see the Garuda, and beside the Garuda you can see the both side like a Nag and Nagin, says they are known as the Ses Nag. And also in the middle you can see the Durga having the more hands, means the more power. And here on the both side you can see the two more goddesses. So they are on the two animal reptiles on the top of the reptiles. So they are known as the Ganga and Jamuna, water like a river goddesses. And the both side here on the below you can see like Bhairav and Bhairavi, Ganesh and the Kumar. So Chamunda and Chamundi as well. We can see like vessels with the flower. That means for the welcome. And here you can see one more inscription, so which is known as the Ranjana Lipi or Ranjana inscription. That is known as the Newari typical inscription, Newari language. And with the Nepali we can call Devanagaric. And on the top you can see one more palace with lots of carving. So that is the 55 windows palace. So this is the highlighted palace from the town. ये वाला भी आपको बोलने के लिए आपको 55 झाले दरबार भी बोल सकते हैं। और ये वाला आपको देखने के लिए कोविड के पहले तो अंदर जाने के लिए अलाउड था, अभी वो बंद हुआ है, वो खोलने के आपको प्रोसेस में है। थैंक यू। Here, so this is also the one of the most important place for like a dedicated to two deities, Durga and the Kumari. So this is the temple for the Kumari. So the Kumari means like a virgin goddesses, like a young girls. So in every royal palace we have like a Kumari. Kumari like Kathmandu, Patan, Bhaktapur and the Bungamati, we do have the Kumari. Kumari is the word which is derived from the Sanskrit word. Kumari means the princess of the palace. And Durga, like if she have a main god as a Hindu people, they have main god as a Durga as a main goddesses. So that's why in every royal palace we can see the Kumari. So on the both side, you can see the king and his son, who have given the more contribution for the developmental work of art and architecture. And on the both side, they are holding the pots for the well lamp, or the well lamp. That means for the welcome. So just after here, we are going to the main courtyard of the town. So which is main courtyard of the town, which is known as the Mulchok. So that is the temple like a family god. She is the Durga, and inside that is a Hindu temple. Only Hindu people are allowed to get inside. So actually, these people like Indian people and Nepalese people, we are allowed to get inside the temple. Other people, they are not allowed to get inside. So this is the temple for the royal family god of the Malla dynasty. When there was a Malla king and queen, they used to come inside in this place for the worship. And after the demise of the king, after the overthrow of the king from their power, this place has been taken by the municipality from Bhaktapur. And that temple open once in a year for the public people during the time of September, October. During that time, they sacrifice 108 animals. So 108 is a lucky number for both Hinduism and the Buddhism. So dedicated, so we can see the main carving like a family gods. And during the time of festival, in Dasara festival, the people they sacrifice 108 animals, including buffalo, goat, lamb, and dog, including everything. They sacrifice 108 animals. That is the main courtyard of the Hindu family. And then after we go to the next place where we can see the royal bath area. Thank
वैसे थोड़ा इसके बारे में बताइए कि कौन से
Okay, so this is the place known as the Royal Bath area. So this is the place we call Sundari Chowk, that means the beautiful courtyard from the town. So before 1934, so we have 99 courtyard inside the Royal Palace. So nowadays, because of different time we have a disaster, so nowadays only few courtyards, the important courtyard is still here. So one of them is here known as the Sundari Chowk, the beautiful courtyard, and the Royal Bath area for the Queen. So in ancient time, when was the king and the queen, so every morning time for the worship for the temple, they used to take fresh water from here. And this is also the royal bath area where they used to take shower. And the water used to come from the metal fountain, which was made during the time of 15th century. So in Kathmandu Valley, in most of the part of the Kathmandu Valley, you can see the underground water path. So still 19th century, Nepal wouldn't have electricity to pull the water. So during that time, the water used to come through the canal. So with the help of gravity, we need to pull the water. That's why you can see the underground water taps. So nowadays, because of the construction of many buildings, road, and frequently earthquake inside the earth, the main canal is blocked, so water doesn't come right now. And here you can see many more cobras of the snake. So they represent the two symbolic representation in Hindu religion. One is the source of water, and next one is the protection. So snakes, they always give king protection in the form of Vishnu. So a small building you can see over there. So a small building there, that is the dressing room to change the dress, and the for balcony they can have massage and the sun bath. This is all important information about this square or this place. Okay, now I'm gonna give the more information about these places. Then after we'll finish about the Darbar Square. And then after we move to the one of the most important Bihar from the Buddhist religion. So I'm gonna explain you about the different architecture around here. So the temple which is here is standing in front of us in a Sikara architecture. So this is the temple from the 16th century dedicated to Siddhalakshmi, like a female goddesses of wealth or money goddesses. This temple, it was collapsed during the time of the earthquake in 2015. So just before a year we make a reconstruction. And if you see on the in front of us, we can see one more building which is known as the Chaslip Mandap. Chaslip Mandap in the rest house for the king and the queen, and also the place for making the plan and policies for the welfare of the people living around the town. And during the time of 1934, this building was collapsed. Then after, German people they provide the fund. And it was again reconstructed by the Dr. Hamlet Call of the German from the German government. And in 2015, the temple it survived from the earthquake. So now I can show you the long one L-shaped building here, which is known as the Tabasoto. So this is the place. So it is the residential place for the staff of the royal family member. And in 2015, in earthquake, this side was collapsed. So just before a year, we make a reconstruction. Like, you can find out the difference. The brown carving are the new carving, and black carving they are the old carving. So here, after here, we do have one more temple in the Sikara architecture over there. So that is the temple of Shilu Mahadev Narayan. So this is the temple dedicated to Shiva, and this is the temple which was before 1934 here in this place. So in 1934, this temple was here, which we can see right now here. This temple, it was collapsed in 1934 in a big earthquake. So they rebuilt it again in the same architecture. The people, they don't know the exact figure of the temple. So instead of making this temple, they make the white dome in a Buddhist architecture. So that Buddhist architecture, the white dome, was also collapsed in 2015 in earthquake. Then after they make a research, restudied about the past, they got the reference past and instruction from the past, and they are making the same temple which was before 1934. Between 1934 to 2015, there was a white dome from the Buddhist architecture. So this is all information about the Darbar Square. Now we move to the Bihar, the Buddhist place for the main functional work. So okay, so this is the one of the most important kodak from the town, so dedicated to Buddhism. So this is the town inhabited by the Newar, as I told you before. So Newar is not a caste, is a group of community, and inside the Newar there are different kind of castes. So among them there are two major castes. Sakya and Bhattacharya are the one who follow the Buddhist religion. So this is the place for them. Whoever the Buddhist people, they have like a different kind of important function. They come here in this place, and in this courtyard we can see the prayer flags from the Buddhist religion and prayer wheel as well. So prayer flags actually, so like Om Mane Padme Hum, these are in the flags. So here on the top of the pillars you can see like a different kind of colorful chanting mantra of the Buddhist religion, that is known as Om Mane Padme Hum, and that means finding peace in yourself. And the same way we can see one more statue, Dipankar Buddha is here. So most of the morning time the people, they come here for getting the blessing and also for devotion. They play the whole musical instrument and sing the songs related to God and goddesses. So here I'm gonna explain you about the prayer wheel. So this is the prayer wheel. So we rotate the prayer wheel known as the Om Mani Padme Hum. That is the main, as I told you before, main chanting mantra of the Buddhist people, finding peace in yourself. And one more stupa we can see here. So this is the Buddhist architecture. So the also this is the main architecture from the Tibet. We have the influence from the India. We have the influence from Tibet. So they are the neighboring country from Nepal. And here we can see one more statue of the Sakya Muni Buddha. So Buddha, he was from the Sakya family and he was the prince of the palace from the Kapil Vastu. And he was the one who have been given all the facilities inside the palace. So after that he came, when he came out of the palace, he saw like a sick person, old person and dead body. So he wanted to know why the people they get dead, why the people they will get sick, and why the people they get old. So he wanted to know the main information. So he went to forest for the 14 years for the meditation, and the last and last he got enlightenment in Bodh Gaya from the India. And the Buddhism, it started from India as well. And the Buddha, he is all from the Sakya family. So we can see one more statue. Here's the Sakya Muni Buddha. So the mostly the people who are from the Sakya and Bhattacharya, they mostly respect and worship to the Sakya Muni Buddha. So we can see here the main statue inside is Sakya Muni Buddha. And here if you see on the top, so he is known as the Avalokeswar, the god of compassion, with 11 heads with 1,000 arms, the god of compassion. So, and here on the both side you can see the prayer flags. So these are the Buddhist flag from the Buddhist family. Welcome to the next important square of the town, which is known as the Tomadi Square. And in this square, we can see the two major and important temple from the town. So this is the temple which is standing in front of us is the temple known as the Natapola temple, dedicated to Siddha Lakshmi, like a female goddesses of wealth or money goddesses. And inside in this temple, there are three deities: Lakshmi, Mahakali, and Bhadrakali. So this temple open morning time for the worship. We people are not allowed to get inside the temple. Only the priests they are allowed to get inside, and the major caste from the Newari community they are allowed to get inside. So there is a criteria according to the caste religion to get inside. And this is the tallest temple hole in Nepal. The total height of the temple is 108 feet. So during the time of the earthquake in 1934, only the topmost part it was broken, and also in 1934, in 2015, only some bricks they were fallen down. Everything was safe. So foundation of the temple is very deep. That's why it survived from the earthquake. And we do have like a 33 stair to go up, like 5 different elements on the in front of the main temple. So like a human beings, elephant, lion, griffin on the top, to statue Shigini and the Bagini. Shigini means the god having the head with the lion, and Bagini means the god having the head with the tiger. And next we can see one more temple is over here. So this is a temple dedicated to Kashi Bhairav, not Akash Bhairav. So we can see here the main statue in the down part. You can see the main statue that is known as the Bhairav in the angry face of the Shiva. And inside in this temple, we do have one more statue known as the Bikram Betal. Bikram Betal means the rider of the chariot. So in April month, we have a Nepali New Year festival. So during that time, we make the chariot by using the wooden staff behind the temple, and we make a tug of war. So we make a tug of war, and this is also the very dangerous festival in the town. So people living upward side, they are make one group, and the people living downward side, they make the next group. So with the help of two groups, we make a tug of war, and those side who win. Loser side, they throw stone to the winner, and they make a war. It is believed that why they make a war for the festival, because it is believed that those side who win, they will be blessed by the god for the whole year. So the loser side don't want to lose their blessing. That's why they fight with each other for the festival.
ओके भाई, थोड़ा सा अपने बारे में इन्फॉर्मेशन दीजिए कि कल को हम लोग जब आते हैं दरबार स्क्वायर में तो कैसे कांटेक्ट करें, प्लीज थोड़ा सा डिटेल अपना शेयर.
Okay, Namaste. Thank you so much for giving me this golden opportunity and this golden time to speak in front of you. So actually, my name is Raj Khatri. I'm from Bhaktapur, and my details. I work as a tour guide in Bhaktapur. So if you want to contact me, you are always welcome for the tour in Bhaktapur. So I'm gonna give you my contact number. So when you can come to the main counter of the square of the Darbar square, so you can see me like working like morning to evening. So I will give my phone number. If you wanna contact me, you are always welcome. So first, like a code number +9779860771968, and the next number is +97776140250. This is my last two number. So when you can contact me in this number, I'll be available all the time here. Thank you so much for giving me this time.
ओके फ्रेंड्स, अगर कभी आप भक्तपुर आ रहे हैं, भाई से पक्का मिलना. बहुत अच्छे गाइड है, इंटेंस नॉलेज है. ही कैन स्पीक मेनी लैंग्वेजेस. जर्मन इज वेरी फ्लुएंट, इंग्लिश इज वेरी फ्लुएंट, हिंदी बात कर लेते हैं. चाइनीज अभी धीरे धीरे सीख रहे हैं, बट वेरी सून ही विल बी नोइंग चाइनीज. तो ही इज अ वेरी गुड पर्सन, बाय नेचर ऑल्सो इज वेरी गुड पर्सन. हमारे जस्ट छोटे भाई की तरह है. सो प्लीज जो जब भक्तपुर आप कभी आए, इनसे जरूर कॉन्टैक्ट करें. एंड कीप वॉचिंग. अभी थोड़ा सा बाहर का वीडियो देखेंगे और उसके बाद फिर आगे आपसे बात करेंगे. थैंक यू. ओके फ्रेंड्स, अभी जैसे हम लोग भक्तपुर गए थे, भक्तपुर से ऑलमोस्ट 15 किलोमीटर हम लोग दोबारा इस साइड आए हैं. सानेपा के पास से ये तकरीबन 10 किलोमीटर है. जगह का नाम है पटन. पटन बेसिकली आपका जैसे हम वहाँ गए थे भक्तपुर की तरह ही यहाँ पे भी सारे मंदिरों के लिए और अपने राजघरानों के लिए प्रचलित है. अब देखिए चारों तरफ जो है बहुत ही अच्छा